Have you ever heard of Susanna Hoffs? She was part of a really famous band in the 1980s, and she had a moment where she accidentally caught everyone's attention in a way she probably did not expect. We are going to talk about that moment and see what Susanna looks like now. So stay with me because this story has some surprising twists. Before we get into the story, let me tell you a little about Susanna Hoffs. She is a singer, guitarist, and actress who became famous as a member of a band called the Bangles. You might know their songs such as Walk Like an Egyptian or Manic Monday. The Bangles were very popular back in the 1980s, and Susanna was known for her catchy voice and cool style. But even though she was famous for her music, there was one time when Susanna's photo caused a lot of buzz not because of her music but because of how she looked in it. So what happened exactly? Well, back when Susanna was doing a photo shoot, there was a wardrobe mishap. Basically, she accidentally wore something that left very little to the imagination. It was a bit revealing and people noticed right away. Now, wardrobe mistakes happen all the time, right? But because Susanna was so well known, her picture quickly spread around magazines, newspapers, and later on, the internet. Suddenly, everyone was talking about Susanna, not just her music, but that one photo. She did not mean to do it, but it became a big deal. Some people were surprised, some were curious, and others were maybe a little shocked. But what is important here is how Susanna handled it. Instead of getting upset or embarrassed, Susanna stayed calm. She did not try to hide or act like it never happened. She knew mistakes happen and that she was still the same person with or without that photo. In fact, she kept focusing on what she loved, which was making music and performing. She showed everyone that a single moment does not define who you are. After that photo incident, Susanna continued her career in music and also tried other things such as acting and producing music. She did not let that one accident stop her from moving forward. Over the years, Susanna grew as an artist and as a person. She worked with other musicians, released solo albums, and sometimes reunited with the Bangles to perform again. Fans loved her for her talent and her positive attitude. So, what does Susanna Hoffs look like now? Well, she has grown into a confident and talented woman who still loves music. She is no longer the young pop star from the 1980s, but she is still active and creative. Her style has changed from the wild 1980s fashion to something more relaxed and natural. If you check out recent pictures or videos of her, you will see someone who is comfortable in her own skin, proud of her journey, and ready to keep sharing her music with the world. You might be wondering, why should we care about Susanna's wardrobe accident from so long ago? Well, this story shows us a few important things. First, everyone makes mistakes. Whether it is a small one like a photo or something bigger, mistakes happen to all of us. Second, it is how we respond to those mistakes that really counts. Susanna could have been upset or embarrassed, but she chose to stay positive and keep going. That is something we can all learn from. Finally, it reminds us not to judge people just based on one moment. Susanna is much more than one photo. She is a talented musician and a person with a full life. Before we finish, here are some cool facts about Susanna you might not know. She co-wrote some of the Bangles' biggest hits, including Eternal Flame, which is still popular today. Susanna is not just a singer, she also plays guitar and drums. She has worked with other famous musicians such as Matthew Sweet. She once acted in a few movies and television shows. Even though the Bangles were famous in the 1980s, they still have fans all over the world. So there you have it. Susanna Hoffs had a moment that caught a lot of attention, but it did not stop her from doing what she loves. She is still making music, still performing, and most importantly, she stayed true to herself. If you ever feel worried about making a mistake, remember Susanna's story. It is okay to mess up sometimes as long as you do not let it stop you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story about Susanna Hoffs, please hit the like button and subscribe for more interesting stories about your favorite stars. And tell me in the comments, do you have a favorite song by the Bangles? Or maybe you know another celebrity who had a funny or surprising moment. I would love to hear your stories.